towards the end of May. We've got a heat wave here in London. It's been lovely and warm. And yes, and then we're just going to start straight away. Move into a practice. So find a comfortable seat. If you have a mat at home, that's great. So just lay out a mat. That's all yoga ever needs. It's just a space for your mat. And even sometimes if the ground is appealing, you don't always need a mat. So it's just you really that you need to perform your yoga practice, if that makes sense. So yes, find a comfortable seat. Cross-legged, not for everyone. So, just find what means comfortable to you. And then we're going to bring the hands to the heart center. So really let this be about connecting with your heart space. And perhaps even start to attune yourself to the rhythm of your own electrical heartbeat. The heart that beats so compassionately for you. Close the eyes down, coming into the breath. Just allow yourself time to arrive into your body and arrive into your heart, which is not always easy. The more we can live from our heart and from our intuitive center, the more our lives will flow richly and truthfully. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breathing, you're very welcome to take that. Otherwise, just watch the breath. How does it feel? And if possible, unless you've got some congestion or some respiratory issues going on, let the breath move in and out through the nose. And drawing it deep into the belly. So imagine your belly on every inhale filling up like a balloon. And we'll work with introducing a little mantra, so just saying it in your mind's eye, or if you wish to say it out loud, do that if that calls to you. And it's simply, I find peace in my heart. I find peace in my heart. I find peace in my heart. Just keep saying that over and over, either silently or out loud, whatever feels instinctive to you. And notice how you feel. Good. One more breath there. Allow the eyes to open. Rest the hands onto the knees. And inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin towards the chest. 3 more, breath in, opening into the heart, peaceful heart. Exhale into the back of the heart. Don't forget you have the back of the heart to think about too. Breathe in, opening. Breathe out. One more inhale, let the shoulder heads roll back. And exhale, scoop the belly towards the spine. Inhale to come up. And then find your way to a table. And then we continue warming into the spine in this way. So just have a look at the alignment for your own body. Wrists stack under shoulders, so you've got a safe stacking of the bones. Hands are nice and wide with the thumbs out, no curly thumbs. And the feet are flat, unless that is really uncomfortable, in which case you're welcome to tuck the toes. Inhale, dip the chest, lift the gaze. Sitting bones can go as high as the lower back allows. Exhale, oppose the direction. Breathing in, breathing out. 2 more. Inhale, soft gaze. Exhale. 1 more breath in. And breath out. Inhale, coming back to the center. Coming into what's called rather delightfully puppy pose. So take the hands as wide as your mat. Now this varies depending on how your shoulders feel about this. You can either let the forehead come down to the mat or the chin. Chin can be a bit too much on the neck, so be careful. And if this is really aggravating to the shoulders, let the forearms come down. So just find something that feels manageable. Once you're there, just feel into the alignment of your hips being directly over your knees. And then soften where you can. So this is a beautiful heart-opening pose. One more breath. Press into the hands to come out and walk the hands back under the shoulders. Tucking the toes, make sure your hands are even and in one line, so one hasn't slightly shifted forwards of the other. And then lift the hips into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And just, see how it feels. This is also a lovely heart-opening pose. If you think of this sculpting that it's performing around the shoulder girdle, any kind of shoulder opener is naturally going to be a heart opener because we're getting that girdle of the upper body open. So we can actually start to connect with a safe and spacious heart. Two more breaths. Press into the hands. Bend the knees if that's needed in your hamstrings. Next inhale, step the right foot forwards. You can give it a help along if it doesn't go in one step, which is not serious if that doesn't happen. And then bring the back knee down. I've got a bit of a sore left knee at the moment, so I'm a bit trepidatious. But take care of yourself. If you're on a very hard floor, you might want to pad the knee. And then raise the hands to the hips. Scoot back a little bit. I find peace in my heart. I find peace in my heart. Good. Release the hands to frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes under to lift the knee. And sweep the right leg back. Or get back to downward dog in whatever way feels safe and comfortable for you. Let the head relax. And then inhale, steps the left foot forwards, back knee comes down. Shift the back knee towards the back of the mat, so you've got that nice opening in the quadriceps at the front of the thigh. What's also quite helpful to do before you come up with the arms is to press into the fingertips either side of the front foot and enjoy a bit more length into the spine, which in turn is just going to give all that space into your heart and into your rib cage. Bring the hands to the hips, and you can absolutely stay there and just think about offering the heart forwards, which will also create a stimulation into the back of the heart as well. Make sure the feet are hip distance, otherwise you'll feel a bit skewy and a bit off. And then inhale, raise the arms. So either straight arms, or cactus arms, or simply just leave the hands to the hips. Breathing there. I find peace in my heart. One more breath. Pressing into the stability of the front foot. And release the hands. Tuck the back toes under, knee lifts. So you have a little bit of a lunge moment. And deliver yourself safely back to downward facing. Breathing in. If at any point you need a rest, you simply come down to the knees and sit back to the heels and let the forehead rest to the mat. Balasana, child's pose. So either from your child's pose, if you chose to have a rest moment, or from your downward dog, come into plank. And if that means the knees need to stay down, that's fine too. Just think of this as a body charger. Plank can be very overwhelming, but really, in a healthy body, you want to be safely able to do a 1 minute plank. Especially if you're under 60 years old, that's a good measure of your general health. And of course, health is contextual, so, we just find a way to enhance our health, whatever our circumstances might be. One more breath. You're welcome to have a resting child's pose. If you're feeling juicy, take the right hand into the middle of the mat, spin onto the outside of the left foot so the ankles are stacked and the left arm raises. So you just get a nice generation of heat and expansion across the heart center. If this feels really overwhelming, take a big step of the top leg so the left foot comes to rest and give you an extra bit of leverage. Otherwise, you can just work with various variations here. Strong flex in the feet. If the ankles are together, you can take the top leg away. One more breath, doing great. And then a step with the left leg behind you. Plant the right foot flat and open up into a half wheel. Delicious heart opener. I find peace in my heart. I know it can ramp it up in the standing arms, so just stick with it or take a rest. You decide, what does your heart tell you? One more breath. And release. Coming back to downward facing. Or resting in child's pose. So we always work with balance in the body in the yoga practice. So yes, we've got to do the other side. Inhale into plank. Won't hold it so long this time. Coming into the left side. Take your variation. And of course, take the variation of the half wheel. If you want to step the right foot back, plant the left foot flat and reach the right arm for your half wheel. So take that modification as you wish. And release. Lift the hips back to downward facing. Head at the feet. Take a couple of exhales out the mouth if that's going to help just to release some junk that might have built up. Any judgment of yourself, any frustration, any, this is really hard, I can't do this. Just let it go, you can do it. You can do whatever you like. Okay, we're going to come to the belly now. So lying flat on the belly. Okay, we're going to come to the belly now. So lying flat upon the belly. Forehead rests to the mat and the arms are alongside you. Palms facing up. Feet together so your two legs become one serpent. And inhale, lifting all four limbs away. Feel that you're lengthening through the back of the neck, so you're not throwing the head back. That's just going to strain the cervical spine. Point the toes, lift the arms. Are you breathing? Are you being peaceful in your heart? Let the shoulders roll open. And then bending both knees. If it appeals, coming into Janurasana, bow pose. Lovely shoulder opener, beautiful heart opener. You can rock on the belly if you want to stimulate your digestive fire. One more breath. And release. Pillow the hands. Turn the head to one side and let your body rest. Let the front of your heart melt into the belly of the earth. Allow yourself to receive the wisdom and benefits of the practice. which this alone can be really a lot of work for people. So don't worry if this really shows up. Sometimes it shows up in a sense of feeling fused, in the lower back, or it can really show up in the groins, in which case bend the knees. If even that's too much, just have like a wide frog legs so the feet can be flat to the floor. Either side. And then take the arms up so you're creating these opposing forces. And in turn, as you anchor down through your sitting bones and you reach through the fingertips, you create all this spaciousness for your heart to become open and to shine its natural wisdom and radiance outwards. Because that's how you feel inside. You feel safe, you feel connected, and in that way you live an honest and true life. But none of this stuff is easy. It's a whole process. It's a whole process, and we're all in it together. Remember that. We're all in it together. So just celebrate that. I'm here for you. You're here for me. We're all here for each other. Take a big inhale. Create that little bit more space. And exhale, folding forwards. Now, if you have got the tightness going on in your hips and your knees are bent, you might want to take the variation where you simply have the hands behind your hips. And that is just going to create a lift in the heart. So that alone can be so beautiful to find that extra bit of space and that extra bit of, oh gosh, I didn't realize I was holding on to something there. So we become lighter and we can express ourselves more clearly and more fully. So take the variation that is best suited for your body. Maybe the forearms come down. And if you have got the legs straight, if you're working with that variation, make sure you've got safe alignment in the legs so the toes are directly stacked over the heels. Two more breaths. Coming out of wherever you came to, hug under the thighs, draw the knees together, and make yourself into a little childlike ball. You're just introspecting here, and you're hugging the knees towards your heart space. Rest the forehead down. Soften the shoulders. Watch the shoulders don't creep up, and try and have a chat with the earlobes. Let them soften. Open up. Find a comfortable seat once more, and just remind yourself of the affirmation. You can keep the eyes open or close them as you wish. I find peace in my heart. I find peace in my heart. I find peace in my heart. And after this mini heart opening sequence that you can do anytime you wish, just let yourself travel down to supine, so lying on your back and taking Savasana, final relaxation. Allowing your body to completely relax now. Even a short practice can be so beneficial. Relaxing from the back of the head down to the heels of the feet. Allowing the breath to become softer and softer, an effortless, tranquil breath. Bringing to mind once again the mantra, I find peace in my heart. I find peace in my heart. Letting a sense of lightness permeate through into your very heart center. Taking a nice minute or two here to just continue to be in this quiet, peaceful state. Beginning to move the body, stretch the body, gather the knees towards the heart, maybe lifting the forehead towards the knees, and then rolling yourself to one side, using the hands to help you back to seated. And wherever you are, whatever time of day it is, whatever you're going through, I am delighted that you chose to share Harmony Hour with me. Seal the practice, bowing to the heart space with great joy. Namaste.